So you just bought the Lexland Pro Grill or some other grill, and you need to wire up the light bar. I'm going to help you with that today. Right now, I have the Lexland Pro Grill, which includes the light bar down here. But if you have some other light bar, then this will be pretty similar. But I'm just going to take you through the steps that you have to do to get this wired up. In order to wire it up, you have to have separate wiring harness. And I'll link the one that I bought. It was just off of Amazon, but it worked just fine. So what you're going to do is when you're installing this, you're just going to want to hang the wire for the light bar over the front of the grill as you're installing it. So just drape it over the front and then get everything buttoned up like you would normally, and then you can focus on installing it. So to wire this thing up, I ran the wire through right here. It's this wire here. So I just ran it under and then over this little bit. And then I'm connecting it right here to the wiring harness. The black wire goes to the black wire, red wire goes to the red wire. I'm going to be replacing this with a more permanent setup once I pull this front bumper off, because I need to replace, I'm actually going to replace this whole top part with an OEM grill. Just not a big fan of the separate Toyota symbol from Lexland, from the Lexland grill. But also my camera doesn't fit. The bracket only fits upside down. So anyway, that's something that I'm going to be doing this summer. To wire this thing up, obviously you just connect the black to black, red to red, and then you connect the wiring harness up to the battery. Obviously positive goes there, and then for the negative I've been just going into that, or for the ground I've been going into that bolt right there, as you can see. And then I have this rat's nest of cables because that is my light bar and ditch lights all running, but you have to run all the way across top of your engine and then come down to this little grommet guy right down there. You can see that grommet, and what you have to do is you have to cut that grommet just a little, just enough to make enough room to feed your cable through. And as you can see, my cable is going right through there, and I've got my ditch lights and the light bar going through there. And the way I did it is I took a long bolt, took a nice long bolt, took this guy, and I took some electrical tape and taped the wire to this bolt, and then I fed this bolt through that grommet, and that made it so that I could pull this through. So then come down inside the cab. I'm going to come in down here on the driver's side. Make sure you've got a light, but just come up and you're going to look for the bolt, and it's going to be poking out right up where that grommet is. But you can see where this black that black wire is. is this guy right here. That's the cable that I pulled out for my light bar. So once you get that, you're just gonna create some slack, pull it through. So then you've got your cable down here, and you have to pull this out. And to do that, you're gonna pull this little cover out, which some of you may have the light that goes in here. I know some people have gotten that. But to pull this off, I don't know that I can do this one-handed. Sure can, okay. I've pulled this off quite a few times, so mine's gonna be a little easier than yours might be, but it's just held together with little clips, so you just work it out. And then gotta continue up here. Here we go. And then that piece just comes right off. The tricky part then is you gotta locate your wire, and you gotta push one of these blanks out. So I pushed out the one that's right here, and then I fed my wire up through here, and I wired it up. You know, make sure you wrap it in electrical tape, and then you can throw the cover back on. And before you do anything, just double check it. You know, make sure that when you turn it on, the thing comes on. And voila. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to give you that little tutorial on how to wire up your light bar. I hope that helps. If you enjoyed the video, I'd appreciate a like. Also, if you would like to stick around, see more of my content, I'd appreciate it if you would subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.